this is Tamia Lawrence with Compass here in Denver. Wanted to welcome you to my porch pickup. So what I do is come on here every Tuesday, usually from my porch, but the last few weeks I've actually come to my office. We've been moving offices, so right now I'm on the 14th floor. Let me give you a view. 14th floor over here in the Denver Tech Center, and it's pretty up here. I get to see the the weather coming in. So yeah, so this week this is where I'll be, and then next week I should be back on my porch. If you want me to come to your porch and we can talk about, maybe an update that you've done, something that you're thinking of doing, we can talk about that. Or we can just hang out on your porch and we can chat. So, oops. Yeah, so today I wanted to talk about, first of all, this is Homeownership, National Home Month, so June. And it's June 1st, so welcome. I also wanted to kind of talk about our CEO of Compass and his book, No One Succeeds Alone. I'm going to read you some excerpts of that and kind of give you an insight on maybe who he is and what you'd actually expect to work with a Compass agent like myself. And then I've got two announcements that I'd like to share with you. So let's get rolling. So yeah, National Homeownership Month. So there was a poll out there, and I'll just read up here. So keeping current matters is a source of information that I like to get about what I can help you with. And just, there's some surveys out there, and they, as you know, I'm big on home ownership and then creating wealth, really creating a way for you to save some money, kind of indirectly or not secretly, but without necessarily thinking about it. You just go through and you make your payments, and you're creating enough gap in the amount of value of your home versus what you owe. So you're creating equity, and there's money there. So yeah, so I wanted to come to you. There was a survey by Gallup that just ranked, it says ranks real estate as the best investment you can make. And this is for the 8th year in a row. So that's aside from stock options or stocks and bonds. So if that's something that you would like to get in on, I think I talk about this to my kids. Just getting in, even at the young ages that they are, even if you were to purchase something for your kids, they're not quite of age, but maybe when they turn 30, you can transfer it out. You can do a quick claim and transfer it into their name, and then they can sit on it for a little bit, or they can sell it, or what have you. It's just a really great venue for utilizing some money savings, and you can teach your kids, just about value, and it's a great teaching point. So this is the survey, and it says, in reading this article, there's 3 benefits that are not financial, and then there's 3 benefits that are financial, and let me go through those. So there's the non-financial benefits. There's the civic participation, so that you're owning a piece of property in your community, you're contributing to the community, you go to HOA meetings, things like that. And that gives you that sense of participation. Pride of ownership is the second one, where when you just own your home, you feel good, and knowing that the money that you're putting away is helping for your future, for future plans. And then it also provides a safe space. So it's the sense of security and privacy that you get, when you go home, not only you, but your kids, your family, your relatives that come in from out of state that want to visit you here in beautiful Colorado. They get to live there temporarily and see kind of how it feels. So those are the three non-financial benefits of homeownership. The three financial benefits are, like I said, forced savings, number one, and it makes you sock away that money just by paying your mortgage. The second one is appreciation. Again, when you're paying your mortgage, you're creating that difference between the value and what you owe on it. Debt to income ratio, and then there's also the stability. So when you're renting, rent is going to go up typically every year, and it's not going to be $25, $50. Sometimes it's $100, $150, depending on supply and demand. In this market right now, it seems to be that the demand is quite high, not only in homes but also in rentals, and the prices are higher, the values are higher. So they want to turn that around and charge a little bit more as far as renting, but when you own your own home, you control that change, and so those are some really good benefits. So if you'd like to chat more about the benefits of home ownership, I am available. My number here is 303-564-3637. You can also reach me at my email. It's Tamya, Lawrence at compass.com. You can also just send me an email at tamyalawrence@gmail. If you have any questions, if you have a thought of, oh, I'd like to buy in this neighborhood, what's it like, what are the prices, what's the turnover, what are the HOAs, what do the HOAs cover, things like that, whether it's a condo, townhome, single family home, I'd love to help you out. Selling as well. You know that in this market right now, we are at an inventory shortage. So if that's something that you'd like to tap into, get in on, I would love to help. And my goal, actually not my goal, but my track record in selling over my last 3 sales has been under a week. I have it under contract within 7 days. Most of the time it's 3 days from hitting the market. So if that's what you'd like, then definitely reach out to me. Again, my number is 303-564-3637. And I can definitely help you out. And it's a conversation, no obligation conversation, just to kick things around. Then, yeah, definitely reach out. And so on to my next topic today. So our CEO, Robert Refkin, is pretty phenomenal. And he, as far as growing up, he wasn't, nothing was quite easy for him. He is from a single parent household, and he is also African American, and he's Jewish. And so in his book, No One Succeeds Alone, he goes over his background and his life growing up with his mom. And it's quite interesting. Part of this kind of made me teary-eyed just because, just not understanding people, humanity sometimes. But I wanted to read you a couple excerpts from this, and you know, maybe if it's a conversation you want to have, I can kind of go into it in depth. But he's a phenomenal guy, and he's created this company that is growing, and we have wonderful technology for you, the seller, to enhance your experience, as well as the buyer. You as the buyer, to enhance your experience. And being with this company, I think it just speaks volumes of who I am and how I can promote Robert's vision. So we can also talk about that. So let me just read you a paragraph about this. And he talks about people that have influenced him or affected him in certain ways. So I'm going to read this section. It's called "The Teacher Who Believed in Me, the One Who Didn't, and the Woman Who Had My Back." So I'm just going to read this real quick. And it says, "Believing in people changes their lives. When I entered middle school as a 6th grader, my teacher sized me up and didn't like what she saw. Without any real evidence or cause, she decided that I should be taken out of her classroom and sent to the auxiliary trailers that had been installed near the playgrounds for kids designated as needing special education. Maybe the fact that I had brown skin and a lot of energy had absolutely nothing to do with it. Maybe I just had a bad day on my first day of school and she'd settled on a terrible first impression of me that she hadn't shaken. But I worry that if, as an 11-year-old black male, I had been sent to those trailers, I never would have come back. I was standing at the opening of the infamous school to prison pipeline, and my life may never have been the same if I'd gone down that path. The most remarkable thing is that my fifth grade teacher had loved me. Her name was Miss Julie Blank, and we've become Facebook friends in recent years. So I reached out to her to ask what she remembered about me as a child. She recalled how much I respected my mom and how I would call out other kids if they told a joke at someone's expense. She described me as just a very sweet kid, a good mixture of being calm and cheerful, usually an even keel, sharp and hardworking. I was just a kid, so I'm sure I also had bad days in her class when I was laughing, when I should have been listening, or when I was not picking up on some lesson quickly enough. So typical, right? Kids are kids and students are students. So, and she had held on to her image of me at my best. She was the sort of person who went through life believing in other people's potential. I've realized that this is a choice you can make in life, and it's a choice with profound consequences. So he really talks about the effects of these people, and just by believing in someone that you may not know, and I think teachers are at front and center with that. They get to know your children. They're with them 8 months out of the school year. And I just would like to say a shout out to teachers. They're phenomenal people. They really are the grunt. They do a lot of the grunt work, and they love your kids just as much as you do. And I just wanted to give a shout out to these teachers. I'll read a little bit more. Let's see. Yes, I was just a kid. I'm sure I also had bad days in her class when I was laughing when I should have been listening, or when I was not picking up on some lesson quickly enough. But Miss Blank had seen me as a whole person, and she had held on to her image of me at my best. She was the sort of person who went through life believing in other people's potential. I've realized that this is a life choice you can make in life, and it's a choice with profound consequences. Again, I just wanted to reiterate that. And it is a choice. Just believing in people and not second guessing them, or kind of not tossing them aside, but not giving them a chance. So I really think it speaks to the what I've heard about lately is the humanity in people, to really take care of people and be kind to one another. So that's just a little bit of Robert's story, and his book is titled No One Succeeds Alone. If you have a chance to pick it up, definitely read it. I've only gotten into a little bit, but it's pretty powerful already. If you yourself would like a copy of this, I would be happy to throw your name in a hat to be able to get one of these books. So just text me if you could. Just let me know. Just text "I don't succeed alone," and that will prompt me to add you into my drawing. And by next Tuesday, I'm going to draw for someone to win a book like this. And so what you need to do is send me that I don't succeed alone, your name and your email address, and I'll put you in the hat. Okay? And I think I have two announcements. In my neighborhood, it's called Tollgate Crossing. We have a garage sale coming up. It's on June 11th and 12th. It's Friday and Saturday, and I'd love to see you there. Just pop around the neighborhood. We always have some really great neighbors who are selling some pretty phenomenal things. So stop by. If you have any information that you need to pick up, definitely text me. I'm at 303-564-3637. And then one last thing, I'm a co-director of a nonprofit called Room Redux. And I've mentioned this before, but we transform the rooms of lives of children who have been either physically or sexually abused, and we just make over the room and we make it look, feel brand new. And our hope is to help their healing process over what has happened to them. So we've got a fundraiser on Thursday. I will drop in a link on Instagram as well as on my Facebook page where you can either donate or you can come to it. It's $100, and that includes beverages, appetizers, and then some money to gamble with. So it's a gambling night, casino night, and it's going to be really fun. Dress to impress. It's in Littleton. It's at a wedding venue in Littleton. I can give you all the details, but I wanted to share that with you. That is really important. Really speaks to me. I love it. We have a great time. If you're interested even of volunteering, we can always use volunteers. We have anywhere from 15 to 20, 22 volunteers, and we do this all in one day. And it's a fun process. So if you're interested, definitely reach out. I want to say thank you so much for popping on. I come on here every Tuesday, right around between 4 and 4:30, and just give you some really good information, really good tidbits about the real estate market and how you can win the game. So if you need extra tidbits, I've got it up my sleeve. Reach out. 303-564-3637, and next week I'll be on my porch again, so tune in and we will see you then. All right, thanks so much. Take care. Bye.